Today is a special day. Seattle Pipe Club Plum Pudding Barrel Aged version. Let's roll. Welcome back to Dr. Watson's Tobacco Tavern. Today we're going to be looking at some Seattle Pipe Club Plum Pudding Barrel Aged version. Now, barrel aged version is the same thing as the standard version. The difference is they aged it in a bourbon barrel. I believe it was aged for about 30 days from what I was reading online. If I'm wrong, go ahead and correct me on that, but I believe it was about 30 days. This is, again, the same as the standard plum pudding. It is an English Balkan blend comprised of black Cavendish, Latakia, Oriental, Turkish Orientals, Perique, Virginia. And that's coming from tobaccoreviews.com. It's blended or manufactured by Sutliff Tobacco Company and blended by Joe Langford. It is a crumble cake, which it comes in these very small crumbly pieces. See if I can get that in there. Yeah. Unlike the other one, which comes in slices, they crumble this one up into, they basically took the crumble cake and pre-crumbled it. So, last week I did the standard version. This week I'm doing the barrel aged version. And next week, stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and do a comparison review on the two. To see how they, what the differences are and how they interact differently on my particular palate. Let's go ahead and light it up. I think I'm running out of gas. Yep, running out of gas. Be right back. All right, I am back. Let's go ahead and try this again. There we go. Well, starting off, it doesn't seem to have as strong of a characteristic as the standard plum pudding. Now that could change, but we'll see. All right, go for a second light. Today I'm just drinking some standard flavored water. Oh, shit. The characteristics are not nearly as strong. The undertones of the dark fruit is kind of there. I'm picking up a small bit of that bourbon, but not a lot. Oh, and I didn't show you guys this, but it does come with a little bourbon cube in the container. It could be that my tobacco is a little over dried, but I don't think that's the case. It's mostly like a bourbony latakia that comes through. And it's got, when I puff on the pipe, the initial hit is a soury hit on the side of my tongue. But then it becomes latakia. And then after that is that slight bourbon flavor. There's not a lot of dark fruitiness or any kind of pungenty sour that lingers. Damn, motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, not that this is a bad tobacco or anything, but I'm a little underwhelmed. The undertones of the flavor of the original are there, but they're so minute. And again, it could just be that my tobacco is a little bit over dry, but I don't think that's the case. I think just that aging process in the barrel. May have taken away some of that flavor. It hits you when you puff on it, but then almost instantly vanishes. Yeah, the puff on it's nice. You get that hit of that souriness, like the original. Let's see what happens when I smoke a little farther down. Let's see if I get anything else from it. So I will be back with you guys in just a moment. Okay. So I've smoked it down about 1/4 of the way. I've already got an update for you. It's starting to get significantly sweeter. Almost like a Virginia. The interesting thing, I'm picking up notes of currants, or maybe borderline raisin. Earthiness. Yeah, it's starting to get really interesting. It's not nearly as complex as the standard version, and I think it has to do with that aging process in that barrel, in the bourbon barrel. But it's got some strangely sweet hint to it. Kind of a smoky chocolate, raisiny currant, earthiness. I wonder if it's going to change anymore the farther I smoke down into this bowl. I'll get back with you guys in another minute or two. I'm going to smoke this down a little farther and see if it changes at all. Okay. We're about halfway done now with this bowl. And it hasn't changed much over the last quarter of the bowl. I think that's probably where it's going to stay. So it's definitely gotten sweeter. A little bit of that bourboniness has come out. Some slight kind of chocolatey, like a mild chocolate, not like a bang in your face kind of flavored chocolate, but mildly chocolatey, sweet, earthy, currant raisininess to this tobacco as it currently sits. I was very disappointed at first, but it's changed. I didn't think I was going to get so many flavors out of this at this current state. It started off really rough, so I didn't expect to get a lot out of it. But it kind of proved me wrong already, and it's nice to know. I do enjoy the flavor. I have to say that so far, I may not even have to do a second comparison review. I like the original, to be frank. Not that this is a bad tobacco, it's still pretty good, especially now that it's already advanced its flavors and changed from when I first lit it up. But the original Plum Pudding is just so complex. It has that tangy, slightly spicy-esque vinegary sting on the back of my palate, my tongue, and I really love that about particular tobaccos. It's one of my favorite things. This doesn't really have that, and again, this is just my personal opinion, my bias over that particular type of whatever happens with whatever tobacco that I'm smoking that does that, and so I have to give it a personal knock just because of that. Now, obviously, not every tobacco is going to have that, but the ones that I enjoy the most do. That sweetness is still lingering in my mouth. I can't tell if that's the sweetness from the bourbon flavor or if it's the sweetness from the tobacco itself. It's a little difficult for me to pinpoint. But yeah, overall, I think it's a nice tobacco. Do I prefer it over the standard plum pudding? I don't think so. I think I prefer the original one, the OG. And yeah, I think I'll just, I mean, obviously I'm going to keep smoking this, but if I had to pick one to take to an island, I'd probably take the other one. So that complexity and that souriness and that vinegariness that I get from the standard plum pudding is just phenomenal, really. But this smells really good, though, I have to say. Like, the room notes are really, really nice. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call this video to a close. I think that's about really all I can say about the barrel-aged version. Something that I haven't said already. It's similar to the other one, very slight undertones, and again, I think that has to do with that aging process in the barrel. Changes the flavor profile. Yeah, again, just a quick rundown. So it has slightly chocolatey sweetness, curranty, raisiny, earthy, a slight bit of smokiness to it. Again, it's not bad. It's very nice, very mellow. The interesting thing, though, real quick before I get off, I'm starting to get a little bit of tongue bite from it. I don't know why. I don't know if it has to do with the bourbon aging. Could be anything, but yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit of tongue bite from it. Kind of strange. And I'm not puffing super hard or fast, just sipping on it. So I don't know what that has to do with. But I don't get that from the standard plum pudding. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you really enjoyed this review as much as I did, and as much as I enjoyed reviewing it for you. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.